We haven't done this in a while, huh, Miss Kelly?
Oh, it's been a while.
Wow, this is live, Facebook Live Kids Church. Hey, 5 minutes, we're gonna start the service.
Yeah.
So what's some things that those kids should do right now?
Oh, they should run and get their brothers and sisters.
Ooh, ah! Sorry, I don't have any brothers and sisters to bring. What else?
They should also put away anything that might distract them from paying attention.
Oh, yes, okay. Wait, I don't have anything either. I'm good.
What
What else?
We're using your phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, good. What else?
And also, use the bathroom.
Use the bathroom. So you don't get interrupted during the service.
Yeah.
These are great things.
Yeah.
We have 4 minutes left until we start the service.
Okay.
You want to play a little game?
Ooh.
All right.
I
Here's
like
how it works. So, I'm going to show Miss Kelly something, but I'm not going to show it to her eyes. I'm going to show it to her hands. Okay? Hold on. I've got this. Miss Kelly.
Okay.
Here. Put this on.
Okay.
Don't peek. Now, you're going to have to see. Let's see if Miss Kelly, can you see Miss Kelly? She can't see.
No, I can't see anything.
Look at this little thing. See it? See it? Okay. Now I'm going to give it to Miss Kelly, and she is going to have to
It's not live, is it?
try. It's not alive, no.
It wasn't alive, was it?
No, it wasn't alive. Okay. Ready, set, go. Okay. Hold it up a little bit so they can see you holding it.
Oh.
I think kids.
I actually know what this
Oh,
is.
she knows what it is. Okay, tell us what it is.
It's a little snowman that Sophie carries around.
It's Snowfie's little snowman. Yeah, very good. Okay, my turn.
Actually, it's Grammy's snowman that Sophie
it's
confiscated. Yes.
It's her Grammy's.
She borrowed it for a long time.
Kids, we're going to start the kids' service in just 3 minutes. So go use the bathroom and put away your distractions and grab your brothers and sisters and your parents if you can.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. I cannot see anything.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Here is one.
Okay.
I'm giving the easier one.
Okay.
The
Okay.
first one. Okay. Well, maybe it's. I think it's.
I'm
easier.
ready. I'm ready.
I'm-
This is a egg whisk.
Man,
That was easy.
it was too easy.
I guess it's so good. Okay, let's have Miss Kelly do another one. All right, I'm gonna save the hard. We're gonna play this later on in church service too. Okay.
Okay.
The next thing for you, Miss Kelly. Okay, have you wrapped up your eyes?
Yes, I cannot see.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. Let's see if she can guess this. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here we go. How fast do you think she's gonna guess it?
Ooh, it's a candle.
Ah, she got it. Oh, good job. Okay. Hey, we only got 2 minutes left, boys and girls. Just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
My last turn.
Okay.
Let me try, see if I can guess what I'm doing.
One more thing.
Okay. Here we go.
Here it is.
Ta-da. Did it. Oh my goodness. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Wait, I think I know what it is. Is it an orange?
Yes.
Oh, phew, I got it, man.
It's an old orange, so it was a little smushier. I was hoping that would trick him, but
She
it
kinda
didn't
fooled
work.
me.
He's too smart.
Boys and girls, we have just 1 more minute left until we start service. So let's just make a couple of announcements to you. Listen carefully. Parents, you too. Today, there was no service at church, right? And Sunday there will not be either. And next Wednesday there will not be either. Okay? No services at church until July the 19th. That's Sunday after this next Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mark it on your calendar.
Yes. So be watching for the Bethel Kids timeline to have announcements about what is going on with kids services and etc. Okay? I think it's time for us to do our countdown, Miss Kelly. You ready?
Okay.
10,
9,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I know, we need our theme music.
I know. So, boys and girls, today we want to to learn a very important lesson about God. And that lesson starts with this question. Why do bad things happen to good people? Do you know the answer to that question? Why do bad things happen to good people?
I would like to know the answer to that one.
Miss Kelly wants to know the answer. I want to know the answer. I'll bet you want to know the answer too. And it's found in the Bible. God has given us the answer to that question, and today we're going to hear a couple stories. We're going to see an object lesson, very fun. And these things will explain to us why do bad things happen to good people. But the very first thing that we're going to do before all of that is we're going to pray together. Miss Kelly, I will pray one sentence, you pray one sentence, and we'll go back and forth a couple times. And boys and girls, you pray with us. Ready? Set. Come on. Heavenly Father, thank you for another kids' church that we can be together.
Yes, we're so happy that even though we are far apart, we can still spend time together hearing about your word.
And Father, I ask that all the hearts of every kid that's watching or will watch later will be opened up to what you want to tell them today in Kids Church.
Yes, and I pray for every grown-up or parent or grandparent that is watching along with them, Father, that they wouldn't think of this as just Kids Church, but as a message from you for them as well.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Okay?
Okay.
Well, Miss Kelly.
Yeah. So how are we going to answer that question?
The way you answer any hard question like that, to find out the answer from God, is you look in the Bible. So today we are going to learn a verse out of the Bible. Romans 8:28. And like our other verses, we put it to a song.
Yes,
Okay?
I love it. It helps me remember it so easily.
Me too. For a long time, you can remember this verse. So here's how it goes.
Okay.
It goes, and we know that all things work together for good. Wait a second. Miss Kelly, that doesn't sound right to me. Would you grab your phone for me and open up your text messages? Just in case I forgot the tune, I sent it to Miss Kelly on her text messages. I totally forgot the tune. Under pressure.
Here we go.
And we
Know that all things work together for good. To those who love God. Romans 8:28. There we go. Play it one more time for us, Miss Kelly. Closer to the camera. Here's the verse we're going to learn today, boys and girls. Listen.
And we know that all things work together for good. To those who love God. Romans 8:28.
Okay. So let's do that 2 more times together, but this time we're going to do it with some fun percussion. Ba, 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 ooh. These are called maracas. So, let's try this with the maracas. Ready? Here we go. And we know that all things work together for good. To those who love God, Romans 8:28. That was good. I'm not very good at this maraca, Miss Kelly. I think you should try it.
Oh, okay.
What were you going to say, Miss Kelly?
Well, I was going to say, we're learning the verse together, so we may not get it right the first time, but by the end of service, we'll all have it.
Oh, yeah, you bet. We're going to do it lots of times. One more time together. Ready? And we know that all things work together for good. Those who love God, Romans 8:28.
The funny thing is, we've been singing that all afternoon, and now we can't remember.
Oh, yeah. Not bad. And we got the rhythm. That was important. We'll sing that again later. But for right now, let's play a little bit more of our game of see it with your hands. Okay, Miss Kelly, I'm ready to take on the challenge again.
Okay.
Let's see something else. I can tell with my hands. I'm ready.
All right. I'm saving the hardest for last.
Oh, man. I have a hard one. That I'm going to save for last, too. All right.
Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on.
I hear something.
No, you don't hear anything.
I hear something.
You don't hear anything. Okay.
What? Huh? Oh. Oh. This is
Maybe it's gross.
squishy. Oh, no. Wait, I know what this is. It's Play-Doh.
You're right.
I got it. Pink Play-Doh.
Yes.
Very nice. I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. Miss Kelly's turn.
Okay, here we go.
I give you that.
Thank you.
What? All right. Miss
Right.
Kelly. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. She's not going to get this one. All right. Huh.
It's beads.
Yes.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, I don't know what it's called either. Okay, you can take it off.
If you know what it's called, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a music instrument.
It is. That's right. See, do like that with it, or you could do. In fact, now that we have this music instrument, let's sing our memory verse again.
There we go.
Here we go. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. Romans 8:28. I don't know about this music instrument, but not too bad. Okay. Miss Kelly.
Yes.
Would you talk to us just for a little bit about
Two very important things.
Ooh.
Yes, I will. First, it has to do with this little barrel here. Some of you may have it. Ours has our name on it, and it has a few coins in it because we've emptied it recently. This is something that each one of you kids can have. It's called a what? Can we hear? Yes, that's right. It's a buddy barrel, and it's where we put all of our coins. And what we do with the coins is we give them to the missionaries. And the missionaries take them and they use them to buy things that help them to tell other people about Jesus. Do you know that the missionaries, even with everything going on, there's a lot of them still in their countries, they're telling people about Jesus. So we still need to be filling up our buddy barrels and either bringing them in when we can, or you can give this to your mom. She can count what's in it, and then she can send it online to the church. That way, the missionaries can still be doing their job and doing it well. The other thing in my hand is this. This is my Bible, and I try to read it every single day. And we want to encourage you guys to do the same thing. That's why we have our Bible engagement. And 3 weeks ago, some of you got to see some of the girls get their prizes live at church. And one girl got 3 prizes for doing it. So if your mom prints out the page from our Facebook and writes in the verses that you read every day with her, then you can earn the points. Our kids have been earning points every day since last week, and they're so excited to see what they earn, and they're remembering what they read. Well, you know, I was reading the other day here in the book of John. Did you know it was about a man named Lazarus, and he lived with his sisters, Mary and Martha, and it was such an interest.
Did I hear you say Lazarus?
Oh, yes, I did.
Hi there.
Hi.
My name is Zelophehad,
Zelophehad.
and I was Lazarus's next door neighbor.
Can you believe it? We have Lazarus' next door neighbor?
Would you like to hear the story of Lazarus?
Oh,
I saw it all happen.
Yes, you must know all about it.
I sure do know all about it. You see, Lazarus was a good friend of Jesus.
Ah.
Now, this Jesus,
he healed people, and that was good. And he was a good man, and that was good. And he said many good things, and that was good.
Yeah.
But he also said that he was the Son of God.
Oh, he was the Son of God?
And I didn't believe him.
You didn't?
Nope. Well, one day, I heard next door Mary and Martha crying. Those were his sisters, you see.
Oh, well, how come they were crying?
I'll tell you. Lazarus had fallen very sick. Now, Lazarus' sisters sent a message to Jesus, and they said, Jesus, please come and heal your friend Lazarus. But Jesus didn't come.
No, he didn't. Wait, but he was their friend.
I know. That's what I thought. I thought, where is Jesus? Doesn't he love them? And then Lazarus got sicker. And Jesus didn't come. And Lazarus got sicker. And Jesus didn't come. And one day, Lazarus died.
Oh, no, that's not what I expected the story to go.
Me either. I couldn't believe that Jesus didn't come in time to heal Lazarus.
Yeah.
They took Lazarus and they buried him in a cave. And 4 days later, Jesus came. Now, Jesus said, when he got there, he said, what have you done with the body of Lazarus? They told him, come and see. And then, did you know that Jesus cried?
He was sad too, right? Because they were friends.
He did love Lazarus. But I still couldn't understand why he would let him die. Jesus went to the cave where Lazarus was buried, and he said, take away the door.
He wanted them to move the door?
He did. And they moved it. And then Jesus did this. I saw it with my 2 eyes. He said, Lazarus, come out. And I was watching the door of the cave, and I saw suddenly Lazarus come to the door of the cave walking. He was alive. And they took off the grave clothes for him. Jesus had brought him back to life.
Wow.
And do you know what I did?
What?
I fell to my knees in front of Jesus. And I said, Jesus, I believe now that you are the Son of God.
Now, that would have seemed like a very bad thing that happened to Lazarus.
That's right.
A very bad thing that Jesus even let happen to Lazarus.
A few days later, I sat down with Lazarus. And do you know what he said to me? He said, Zelophehad, I'm glad that Jesus let me die. And I said, Lazarus, why are you glad that Jesus let this bad thing happen to you?
Yeah.
And then Lazarus said, Zelophehad, when did you believe in Jesus? And I said, when he raised you from the dead, Lazarus. And then Lazarus said to me, if Jesus hadn't let me die, then how could you have ever seen him raise me from the dead?
Because that's when you believe.
That's when I believed. And then I knew that God lets bad things happen to good people because he turns them into good, just like he turned it into good for me. When that happened to Lazarus, I gave my heart to Jesus, and I'll go to heaven one day. And so I'm glad and I'm thankful to God for when he lets bad things happen to us, because I know he'll always turn them for good.
Wow.
Ha ha!
That is a very good story.
Now, I've got to go tend to my sheep.
Okay.
But I hope those boys and girls will remember that whenever something bad happens to you, God always will turn it for good for those that love him. I will see you later.
Okay.
Maybe you could sing him a song about it.
Oh, well, let's check our phone here and make sure we got the tune right for our verse. We're going to do it one more time. Here we go.
And we know that all things work together for good. To those who love God, Romans 8:28.
Okay, so let's try it. Let's say, and, okay, so here we go. Ready? And we know that all things work together for good.
To those who love God, Romans 8:28. We got the rhythm right, at least I know. So we're
You
doing
can make up your own song.
Wow. Boys and girls, we are today answering the question, why does God let bad things happen to good people? And we heard in Zelophehad's story that when God lets a bad thing happen, he turns that thing for good. Ah, hi there, Miss Kelly.
I was just setting something up here.
Miss Kelly, just rolled in. Oh man, this is great. Hey guys, this is great because I am hungry. And Miss Kelly just rolled in a whole cart full of food. Wow, I'm hungry. I can't wait. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's see. This is buttermilk. Ugh, that sounds good. Buttermilk. But it's not. It's milk with vinegar in it. Oh, I can't. That's not good. I can't eat that or drink it. Okay, maybe this is good. Huh, baking powder. Oh, no. Oh, baking powder. That's not good. I can't eat that. I'm so hungry. Baking soda. Oh, that's gross too. That's not good. Oh, an egg. You're not supposed to eat raw eggs. You could get salmonella. This isn't any good for either. Ooh. Oh, salt. Oh my goodness, salt. I can't eat salt. I'll just be thirsty. And flour. Flour. None of these things are good. I can't eat these. Oh.
Here's all my stuff. Okay, so I'm going to mix these all together and make something good. Okay, so here we go. If I take this flour here, okay, I have my flour. I'm gonna put it in the bowl. And if I take my measuring spoon and I do my salt, just the right amount. Good, good, good. And then we're gonna take 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And we'll take, here we go, 1, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I have my buttermilk that I'm gonna mix into here. Can any of you moms guess what I'm making? Or any of you kids? I crack my egg, boop, and put it in. And then we're gonna stir it all up. I'm mixing it all together to make something really, really good. All right, yeah, look at that. That's a good batter right there. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw this on the stove.
I'm still so hungry. I see all these things, all these bad things. This is no good to eat. This is no good, no good, no good. I said, pancakes. Do you like pancakes? Yeah, me too. Miss Kelly. She's putting syrup on the pancakes. Oh my goodness. Miss Kelly, where did you get these good pancakes from?
Oh, from all of the ingredients that were sitting on this table.
What? You made these good pancakes from these yucky ingredients?
Yes, I mixed them all together.
Well, the pancakes must be yucky if you made them out of ingredients that are yucky.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, wow. Wow. Miss Kelly, these are all yucky, but you worked them together. You worked them together to make something really good out of them.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, it's kind of like what God does for us in our lives. Sometimes we have things that seem yucky in our life.
Yeah?
And we can't understand why they happen.
Yeah?
But we don't ever have to worry because God can take things that might seem yucky by themselves,
Yeah?
but when he mixes it into all the other things that happen in our life, he makes it turn into something good, just like that yummy pancake.
You know what? This reminds me of the verse that we've been learning today.
Yeah.
I think we should sing it again, Miss Kelly. Ooh, ooh. I found something. Yeah. I found a tambourine. I think we should use this tambourine to do our song. Ready? And we know that all things work together for good. Those who love God, Romans 8:28. Not bad.
That was very good.
This is my favorite instrument.
Yeah.
And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. Huh. Romans 8:28.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty neat, Miss Kelly.
I like that verse a lot. Hey, we need to play our game one more time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put on my blindfold.
Okay, here it comes. Look, guys. Look what I have. Do you know what this is? Let's see if Miss Kelly knows what it is. I'm really rolling the dice on this one.
Am I standing in the right spot?
You are.
Ah! I figured it out.
Oh, no. She figured it out so fast. Huh?
Yes, I did. It is. I don't know what they're called though. They're called pincher pliers or something. That's
Needle
the
nose
girl-
pliers.
The girl name for it.
She
No,
got it.
I don't think
She
that's
got
the
it.
right name either, but
Needle nose?
no.
I
those
could be
are
wrong.
Thinner. But
I could be wrong, but I'm not.
Dad, put it
think.
in the comments. You or
Yeah. We need
Uncle
a
Jason.
dad. We need a dad to put it in the comments now. Okay. Super good.
Okay,
Now it's my
your
turn.
turn.
Okay. Let's see if I can guess. Okay. I'm ready.
ha!
Uh-oh, she saved the toughest one for last.
She's never going to get this one.
Ah,
It might-
come on!
It might take a while.
Ah!
Look at it. It's quite unusual.
No, I think I can get it. I can get it.
Okay, here we go.
I'm ready. I'm ready. What in the world is this? Oh, wait, I know what this is. It's a bubbles blower.
I wasn't expecting you to find the button.
You put the bubbles down in here and it blows them out. They doesn't have any bubbles right now, so it's not blowing anything out. Ooh, cool air. That was a fun game, Miss Kelly. Thank you very much. I enjoyed that. Well, we're almost done with our time today. We've been asking the question, why does God let good things happen to bad people? And we found out in his word that he says, we know that all things work together for good to those that love God. So Miss Kelly's going to tell us a story about that same idea.
Yeah. So there was a man, and his name was Philip James Elliot. And you guys might know him better as Jim Elliot. He's a very famous missionary.
Huh! Jim is a good cowboy's name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you telling a story?
I am.
Can I listen in?
Yeah, do you want to hear it?
Okay, I want to hear. How about you kids? Y'all want to hear this story? Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, Jim Elliot, he was born in 1927 in Portland, Oregon. Okay? And
Okay.
when he grew up, he went to college like most people do.
Okay.
Or some people. I didn't. And when he was in college, he met a lady named Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yes. and they both felt that they wanted to go and share the Lord with other people as missionaries.
Oh, were they in love?
Yeah.
They got married, okay.
They did. They got married, and they had one daughter.
So, and God told them to go tell people about Jesus?
They did. Okay. So they flew to a country. Well, I don't know if you flew back then.
Okay.
You might have taken a boat. But they went to the country of Ecuador.
Ecuador?
Yeah.
Is that far from where they live?
Yes, it's quite far from where they live.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they were missionaries there, and there were a people there that were called the Aucas.
The Aucas?
Yeah.
In Ecuador?
The Aucas in Ecuador.
Okay.
Yes. But these people, they were known to be very dangerous because they had never come in contact with civilization or other people.
Well, so the missionaries stayed far away from them, didn't they?
Well, so what they did, because they knew they were dangerous and they were known for killing outsiders, what they did first, they might have been afraid and decided not to go tell them about Jesus, but they also knew that they had never heard the good news of Jesus.
The Aucas had never heard about Jesus?
Never had.
Oh, no.
So Jim Elliot and 4 other men who were also missionaries decided to go as a group to these Auca people.
But they're dangerous.
Well, what they did first was one of the men knew how to fly a plane. So they would take the plane and fly over the area where the Aucas lived. And they hung a big basket from the bottom of the plane, and they would put gifts in that basket, like buttons or ribbons or salt or cooking pots, things that the Aucas could use but had never seen before.
Like they were trying to make friends with the Aucas.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what? They did this for 5 months, and by the end of the 5 months, the Aucas were even sending gifts back to them.
Whoa, like what kind of gifts?
Well, the one gift that's the funnest to talk about is they once put a live parrot in the bucket for them to take back.
A parrot in a bucket. Oh, wow. So this sounds good. Maybe they're making friends with the Aucas.
Well, that's what they thought. They said, hey, it seems like they are starting to be okay with us or accepting us a bit. So the 5 men took their plane and decided to go and land on a sandbank near the river by where these Aucas live.
Oh, okay.
And a small group of the Aucas came to visit these men.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and one of them was even brave enough to take a plane ride in their airplane.
Whoa, wow, they sound like they're making friends. Now they can tell them about Jesus. Okay.
That's what the missionaries were hoping.
Ooh.
But the next group of Aucas that came to visit them came with spears in hand, and they ended up killing all 5 of those missionaries. It's a sad part of the story, isn't it?
They killed them?
They did.
But all those missionaries went to see Jesus right away, right?
They did. That's the good part for them.
Okay.
As soon as they died, they were in the presence of Jesus and were so happy.
Oh, that's good, but wait. But it's still kind of sad that they got killed. They were just trying to tell those Aucas about Jesus.
They were. They were.
What about their wives and kids? Weren't they sad?
Well, do you know the good that came out of this? Is that people from around the world heard about these missionaries and what happened to them.
Okay.
And that they gave up their lives. Because, you know, they had guns on them, but they knew if they defended themselves with the guns, the Auca people would never listen to the news about Jesus. So they gave up their lives so those other people could have a chance to hear about Jesus. And people all around the world heard what they did and decided to do the same thing. And thousands of people decided to be missionaries, and thousands of people heard about the good news of Jesus' gospel because of those men's lives.
So, even though it seemed like a very bad thing when they died, all of the people that heard about it who became missionaries, that's a really good thing.
That is.
Whoa, God turned a bad thing into a really good thing.
Yes. And you know what? What's even cooler part of the story?
What?
that the Aucas themselves heard about Jesus. And do you know who it was that told them?
Who was it?
It was the wife of Jim Elliot, her daughter, and another man that was killed in that group of 5, his sister. So Jim Elliot's wife and Nate Saint's sister Rachel went to the people that killed their family members, but still told them about Jesus. And when the Auca people saw that even though they had killed their family members, they still cared enough about them and loved them to tell them about Jesus, all of those Auca people became saved and put their trust in Jesus and said, yes, we believe in him.
So, if nobody had gone to them, they couldn't have gone to heaven. No. But because they went and told them about Jesus, now they're going to go to heaven.
Yep, and even the Aucas went and told other people about Jesus.
This story kind of was sad in the middle of it. Very sad. Mm-hmm. But it ended really good. Does God do that with all of our stories?
He does. He takes every part of our story and mixes it together with the rest of our life to make a very good thing. Wow, you know what? Sometimes bad things happen to me, and I kind of get mad. Sometimes I even get mad at God. I say, God, why'd you let it happen to me? Mm-hmm. But I think instead now I'm going to say, God, I don't understand, but I know that you're turning it into good, and I will see one day. Yes, and if that good is that other people get to hear about Jesus too and go to heaven with you, then that is the greatest story that could ever be told with your life.
Pastor John was trying to teach me this verse. He didn't do a super good job of it. But I want to try to sing it for you. You might never have heard this before. It goes like this.
Okay, what is it?
And we know that all things work together for good to those that love God. Romans 8:28.
You got it right.
Do you want to learn it?
Yeah, let's do it again because
Okay.
you're saying it the right way.
Okay, hey, look, kids, let's learn this together because kids' church is almost over. Let's sing it together. You sing it. Come on.
Okay.
Here we go. And we know that all things work together for good to those that love God. Romans 8:28. Wow. That's amazing.
Maybe we just needed a cowboy voice to sing it in.
I think, Miss Kelly, that was a wonderful story. I will always remember that. I appreciate it. You're so nice. I will see you later on. Bye.
Bye, Cowboy Don. Thanks for stopping by. We're glad that you came. Well, Pastor John.
Yeah.
Looks like that we are at the end of our kids' church time.
Yeah. Wow. I was listening to your story that you were telling to Cowboy Don and to the kids, and that's a really good story, and it helps me to trust God better when I hear stories like that.
Yeah.
Because sad things and hard, bad things happen to all of us, to you, to me, and to you kids too. But God wants us to remember not to be mad at him and say, God, why'd you do that to me? But instead, to trust him and know that he'll keep his promise to turn them into really good things that will last forever.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Miss Kelly, I think it's time for us to go.
Okay.
Kids, we have enjoyed so much having another Facebook Live service with you.
Yes, thank you for being with us.
And we are going to see you again, we hope very, very soon. Don't forget, parents, keep your eyes on the Bethel Kids timeline, and we'll make sure to post news on there. All right.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
See you later. Mm-hmm.